Hey guys, welcome back. So we're moving on to the next area of the house. We're going to move over here to the side of the house, the west side of the house, and pick up some new stuff. We're not sure exactly how we want to plant it yet, but we are going to head out to Heritage and pick up something new. Last year when we planted this area, we planted it with a bunch of late harvest vegetables. We ended up planting mostly, I think, a few peppers and a bunch of tomatoes. This year we do not want to do that since we have that garden in the works in the background. So we're going to plant some shrubs out here. I'm not sure what we're going to pick up quite yet. First thing that caught our eye is this golden Mop Cypress. It's a slow-growing evergreen. It gets to be about 3 to 4 feet tall and only about 4 to 5 feet wide. It is good for zones 4 through 8. As we're looking at everything, we really like this color combination of these 3 evergreens together. Next up is a blue star juniper. It's a shorter plant standing about 2 to 3 feet tall and about 3 to 4 feet wide, and it's good for zones 4 through 8. And the last up is the Andorra compact juniper. It gets to be about 1 to 2 feet tall with a 5-foot spread, and it's good for hardiness zones 3 through 7. Get your butt down. Get through the ground. Now the last thing was a bit of a surprise. We finally found the Bloomarang Reblooming Lilacs. This one's purple. They get to be about 5 feet tall and 5 feet wide. They're good for zones 3 through 7. And it's great because they don't just bloom once in the spring, but they do it again in the summer into fall. Fine.
Why do we have a plant problem?
Because we love plants.
Oh.
Based on the spacing, I think we're going to need 2 more. Now I picked up a few more things. I picked up 1 more of the blue star juniper, as well as 1 more of the compact juniper, and then 1 more bloomerang. So we're out here placing everything, and then we have an interesting little site popping up, all on its own. And this brought our attention to this area just to discover there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 little tomato plants that started all on their own, probably from seed from last year, having planted tomatoes in this garden area. So I think what we're going to do is kind of transplant them all into a grouping together, get a cage out here, and see if we can get them to grow all on their own. So this is going to be our placement. We've got our golden Mop Cypress on the end with the blue star juniper right next to it, and then our compact juniper here in the center. We got 2 of them, and then mimicking and mirroring that section, the blue star and then the cypress. And lastly over here along the wall we'll be putting our bloomerangs. Now this area we do have a lot of salvia, so we're going to be digging those salvia up and placing them and scattering them through this area just so they kind of fill in, so we don't have to purchase anything else to fill this area out. Now with all of those tomatoes we ended up finding, what we'll end up doing, since all of this is slow growers, we'll take the tomatoes and we'll just kind of disperse them through this area and then cage them up, so we'll get some tomato plants over here. But first and foremost we got to do some weeding. Weeding is all done. Now we're moving on to the spirea. It's getting a little out of control, so we're going to trim this back down to probably about 6 to 8 inches and hopefully get another growth out of it this year. Watch out, buddy, he's right there. Now everything's placed, everything's weeded, everything is done. So now we're gonna start moving the salvia. Looks like we're only gonna move one to make room for our lilac. Now that everything's planted, it's time to mulch. After the excitement of seeing the snake, Griffin thought our gutter extension looked like a snake, so he wanted to protect us. All right, guys, so everything's done. Everything is in. It's going to be a while for some of this stuff to come to full maturity, but that's fine because it's going to stay low. I'm really excited about those lilacs and our new find of those tomatoes. I've never seen something like that happen before, so it's very interesting. So we're going to try our best to see if we can get some fruit out of those, and that's going to be it. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.